Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel, and happy game day. Happy game day to you all. Obviously, Brentford 2 o'clock this afternoon. We'll be talking about the game. We'll talk about uh, really what obviously has happened over the weekend when it comes to the football. I always do is sort of talk about the football that's happened and what it does mean for this game coming up. We're also going to be talking about the Kevin Danso situation. We have a kind of an idea of what the deal now looks like as well. Yeah, let's just see how it goes. I just want to say, if you're watching this, you need to subscribe. Very much want to join us for the journey. I think we're one subscriber away from 3,600 subscribers, which is pretty damn cool. It's pretty damn cool. We had 412 people watching last night, which is by far a record. And it's mental what this thing does, you know. Morning Spurs, Steve, Sonia, Adiz, Shirley, the Tottenham tea lady, Dragon, Hansi, Donna, Steve, Adventurous, Gibbo, Marshall, how are we all? How are we all? Look, obviously, Kevin Danso, he is now here. He is signed. We now know. We know the number that he's going to be. He's going to be number 4. He said, I wanted to be here. When Tottenham come calling, you say yes, and all those said all the good things that you'd want him to say, which is always nice, Kevin. We've had too many people say no recently, so it's good that you said yes. But in all seriousness, he's going to be number 4. He is on a loan with an obligation to buy. Okay, so loan with an obligation to buy. They reckon, Ascol was saying that he reckons that he should be okay to play Liverpool on Thursday night next week, as long as the work permit is sorted by then. But to be honest, the Kinski work permit really didn't take much time at all. So I'd say, yeah, he's probably definitely in the squad for that game. Who else is going to be in that squad? Is Romero back? We don't know. But we threw a different player into the heat of the moment and the fold, with obviously Kinski playing against Liverpool in the first leg. What's one more, eh? Jamie, morning to yourself. Thomas, Forever Spurs, how are we all? But look, really good news regardless. You got someone in. I mean, there was talk that they'd been looking at Kevin Danso earlier in the window, but they deemed him too expensive. Okay, right. But we'll ignore it. We're not going to be miserable. We're going to try and be positive today. Might change a little bit later on, but we're going to be positive. All right. But look, it's a signing that we truly needed. Now, there was chatter that they still might sign a second centre-back. There is still that chatter. Axel Disasi seems like the most vocal of transfers, but I do see Disasi still moving to Villa, if I'm honest, due to Champions League football. Villa, just want to have a look at the Premier League table, and I need this to talk about the game anyway. Villa, after this weekend, are sitting in 8th. Villa have got a -3 goal difference in 8th, and we're 16th with a +9. That's mental. That is absolutely mental. But yeah, look, they're still fighting. I mean, they're 4 points behind Man City in 4th. They're 4 points behind Newcastle in 5th. So look, they're still fighting for Champions League qualification for next year. So he's got a lot to play for at Villa. So I still expect him to go there. Plus, with their injury situation at the moment, knowing that Danso's now signed as well, Romero's nearly back. Archie Gray seems to be a really decent centre-half for some reason. Playtime, he's probably going to get more guarantee at Villa as well. So what they do from there, I'm not sure. I mean, will they go the Koa Takura route? I don't know. That was someone that we got linked to right at the start of the window, and then nothing's really come from that since. So we'll sort of see on the Takura front. I don't know what they're going to do. Will they get a second centre-half? If I'm honest, I don't think they will. I just got a vibe that it'll be an attacker now, and that's the window. With obviously, well, in 5 minutes' time, it will be 1 day and 12 hours. 1 day and 12 hours until the window shuts. So not that long left. So I think it'll be an attacker, to be honest. More than back from my son holiday. Let's crush the rest of the season. Hold your nerve, kids. It's going to be all right. I love that, Roger. Evening, Philip. How are you, my friends? No more kids for now. Spurs need to win the Europa League to save our season. I don't know if we'd need to win the Europa League, but if you, to be honest, I think if Spurs win a cup, that changes the season, doesn't it? It's what we've all talked about for so long. Are we going to sign anyone else? I think we will. I think we'll get one more. I think we get one more. Did I see the Luca trade? Yeah, I got woken up by someone calling me, going, "Andy, what is this?" And I was like, "Dude, I was up till like 4:30 in the morning. What?" I was like, why has Luka Doncic gone to the Lakers? And then more came out about it, and it's the weirdest deal ever, and it's the stupidest deal ever. Did anyone expect Nottingham Forest to do so good? No one did. No one did. This Shirley Tottenham tea lady is, yeah. I assume that's Donna, to be honest. West Ham, West Ham are in talks to sign Evan Ferguson on a straight loan. So, yeah. So look, what we'll see. There's no real sort of attacker news at the moment. This could, this could be a Johan Lang working in silence, but there's no attacker news right now. But we'll see. John, how are you? Andy, how much were you betting? We sign a forwards? I'm not betting anything. Although the odds would be decent, so maybe a cheeky little punt. Maybe a cheeky punt would be the way to do it. Look, let's talk about the game this afternoon. Brentford versus Spurs. And I was looking at the Premier League table, and I remember doing my preview saying that Brentford 11th, and or no, I thought Brentford in 10th, maybe, I don't know. But I was like, Brentford 11th, they're 9 points clear, or 7 points clear of Spurs. And I was looking, I was like, well, if you do win, you're 4 points behind 11th, which sounds stupid, but for our season, it is one of those weird ones. I mean, we have lost 4 in a row out of the last 5. So there you go. But I was looking, I was like, Brentford have scored less than us and conceded more than us this season. Now, they've scored quite a few. They scored 42. It's 42? Yeah, 42 in their 23. So nearly 2 a game. But they've also conceded 40, so nearly 2 a game there as well. Whereas Spurs have scored bang on 2 a game with 46 and conceded 37. So it's just weird this season. I mean, we've conceded less than Brighton. Obviously, Brighton lost 7-0, which helps. We've conceded the same amount of goals as Aston Villa. It's just a weird season. Really, really weird season. It's the fact that we've outscored, I mean, we're third top goal scorers now behind City and Liverpool. And we're only 1 behind City as well, by the way. So, you're ahead of Chelsea, which it's just a weird one. It's just a weird one this season. It doesn't really seem to compute and make a ton of sense. Appreciate that, Marshall and Steve. Thank you, lads. Why is it a loan with obligation instead of a permanent deal? Romano said we signed him for 25 million euros. You still signed him. He's still going to be signed. It's still, even though it says a loan with an obligation, that still basically means he's signed officially, but 6 months' time. So don't worry too much about it. He'll still be signed. Means nothing. Top scorer. We're 9th on goal difference, and we're sitting in 16th. How mental is that? We'll go through the teams now. Gibby. Kitski, Porro, great. Van der Ven, Spence, Bissouma, Sarr, Bergvall, Kulu, Richie, Son. I think you might be onto a bit of a run there, Gibby. I'd say Kinski, Porro, Gray, Van der Ven, Spence is probably my back line. Kulu, Richie, Son would be your front 3. Your midfield 3. Now, my thinking on this was, and follow me. My thinking is Bentancur played 45 minutes in the week. Bissouma played 45 minutes in the week. Sarr played 90 minutes, and so did Bergvall. I think Bentancur is going to start, but I think Bentancur might start as an 8. I think Sarr's going to drop to the bench. That's my thinking. I think Sarr's obviously played through a lot of injuries recently as well. He's probably not 100%. Whereas Basuma, he's probably a little bit more ready to go. So yeah, I'd say probably Bentancur and Basuma as my midfield too. So that's my only change is Sarr for Bentancur, Gibbo. So you've done a good job there. Try to tell people Villa this season they've not been good and are lucky to be where they are. They've got some lucky draws. Also, Emery can't coach the defence. Vic could start. No, Vic is probably. I'd say Vic's probably about 10 days to 2 weeks away. To be honest, they said sort of a week to 10 days. I'm going to go 10 days to 2 weeks. You know, Kinski's been really solid. You don't need to rush Vic back. Obviously, there's no European football for us for a little while, so it's not like. I mean, and also Kinski's probably going to get registered for European football. You'd think Fraser Force is going to be dropped from that squad. They'll probably just put Kinski in. Dragoshin will be out. Danso would go in. Wonder what they do with Spence. And it's another conversation for another day. The reason we're so far behind is we missed the Holy Trinity, Romero, Van de Ven, Vicario. The whole season been a bit odd. Look how flat the top 10 was early on. Did anyone pick Slot to smash anyone? I sort of said to someone, I said, I think Liverpool have just been solid. I think Liverpool have been similar to like last year. They've been quite solid and really good. I think everyone else has been worse this season, whereas they've just been consistently good, and it shows. It's Bergval's birthday today. Well, lovely. Happy birthday to him. Eli Jr., I don't know who that is, to be honest, mate. I was thinking keeping Bentancur fresh for Liverpool, but I see your point. Yeah, I think so. I think they want Sarr to be fresh for that game. Yeah, I think they'll want Sarr to be. So, obviously, playing Liverpool on Thursday, you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday recovery, right? You've got 3 days of recovery. I think they'll want Sarr for that game. They're going to want Basuma or Bentancur. And then they'll see about the other midfielder. Do I think he brings on the 3 goal scorers from the other night? I think Moore is probably going to get a chance, and maybe Scarlett. Ajayi, I don't know about. I was told Liverpool only have 1 injury. I don't know. No idea. But look, on Brentford say, look, it's one of those games today with Brentford that a win in the league, positioning wise, looks like you've done nothing. I mean, technically, if results to go your way, you'd go, you'd jump up to 13th from 16th. Obviously, basically everyone all up to 7th. Because obviously, because to get up to 7th, you need to win. So goal difference wise, we'd catch. I think goal difference wise, we'd catch most of the teams in sort of the 3 to 7 range, barring City and maybe Chelsea. The other 3 we'd easily catch. But all the way above us to 8th, we've got a better goal difference with. So the way I look at goal difference as well is like having. It says we're on 24 points. It makes me feel like we're on 25 points because it's like an extra point, obviously. So yeah, winning this, you jump up a few places, but also you go into the game with Liverpool with a bit of confidence. You go into Liverpool with a little bit of traction, and obviously this season we've not been good in the league. I don't care if you're Ange in or Ange out. It's really irrelevant for this conversation. We've not been good in the league. In the cups, we've obviously been fantastic, and we've been a brilliant cup side. But it'd be nice if you can go into these sort of games with Liverpool. You're playing against a Liverpool team who are red hot. Okay. And you're going to need to go there and score, by the way. You're not coming out of this with a 0-0 draw and you're going to get through. You're going to need to go there and you're going to need to score at least once. Probably twice, if I'm honest. That's why it's so important. This game, I think, just to get you that traction leading into Thursday. So we'll sort of see. We'll sort of see how it goes, Danso is homegrown, yeah. Wait, aren't Liverpool? No, they're not. I don't think so. Pretty sure they're playing us on Thursday. I remember Nuno bringing on Scarlett in a European game at home. That was 3 years ago. I wonder where Nuno Scarlett would be now if we'd backed him. He'd probably still be sacked, mate. Danso homegrown is big for sure. So he's home. So Danso is homegrown. They said so. Someone like Alistair Gold said he's homegrown in the Premier League, but he wouldn't be considered homegrown for European football because he left at the age of 16. Could be wrong. Just recording what I saw. Rest for this game, if required, bring him in second half, last 50 minutes. Same in case of Van Ven. They'll play Mickey for 60 minutes. They'll play Mickey for like another 45, 60 minutes. And they'll play Porro. We haven't got defenders to rest, unfortunately, at the moment, but they'll play Porro. I wish you'd play the 17s plus injury turns. We're 7 points clear at 18th. They're only 2 important games for it. No, they'll get time. They'll get time. Danso is number 4, absolutely. So will Danso play in the Europa League? He'd need to be registered for the Europa League, but he can be registered for the Europa League. But they'd have to do maybe a jigging around of the squad. Reguilon Spence should be our 2. Oh God, no, not Reguilon. Not Reguilon. I don't mind the idea of resting Porro, but not Reguilon. I'll have Archie Gray at left back personally, every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Morning, Luke. How are you, my friend? Pedro's played too many minutes this season. He has. He's been an absolute machine this season, and fair play to him. Fair play to him. But yeah, no, it's he does need a rest. When he'll get that, he'll probably get that when Destiny becomes fit. If I'm honest, I think that's when he'd get that time is when Destiny gets fit, because then you'd switch Porro out and you could put Spence in at right back. Because I don't think he's going to drop Spence. Sorry, I don't think he's going to drop Porro whilst Doggy's not out fit. It's just a vibe that I have. Percival, how are you, my friend? I just say take Rado out of the Europa squad. Wait, they're going to. That's why they're going to put Danso in. But obviously, where can they fit Spence in? You know, still hopeful on attacker. I think. Look, we should try and remain positive. I mean, we got 1 day and just under 12 hours left. We should try and remain positive. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but there's no reason why we should sit here and be pessimistic and miserable. You know, don't forget. Like, you know, we could do that once the window shuts, but for an extra day and a half, let's just see what happens. You know, when is Romero fit to play? I think maybe next week. Surely we'll sign left back. We need one. Think we can take Forster out the Europe. Yeah, they'll take Forster out the European squad, but they'll put. Will they bother with Kinski in there? I mean, I might even have the mindset of take Vic out of the European squad and put Kinski in, and then go to Kinski. Right, you're playing Cups and you're playing Europe. Vic, you're playing Premier League, and then take Forster out, take Dragic out, and then put Danso and Spence in. Maybe that's my thinking. I don't know. Appreciate EPEC. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, and good luck to us all for the game today. I think we're gonna need it, to be honest. Let's have a look on. No, okay, it's fine. Whiteman is saying, yeah, Whiteman and Austin are both the homegrowns. But we shall see. I think, by the way, on the update on Marcus Edwards deal, I believe it's a €1 million loan fee and an option to buy of like 12 million. So Spurs getting 35% of that. Spurs making about 4 million out of that deal. You know, so not great. Not great. Romero, Madison, Vicario, Odegaard, Werner, and Johnson will be back in 10 days. Yeah, I think within 10 days. Some might be back a bit earlier. Some might be back towards the back end of that. Chance for Matters, Brennan, Odegaard, Destiny for United. I don't know. When do we play Man United? Spurs versus Man United. Premier League. 16th of Feb. So 2 weeks' time. Yeah, I'd say, barring any slip-ups, those guys should all, but maybe Odegaard or Destiny might be touch and go, but like Romero, Madison, Vicario, Werner, and Johnson should all be back for that game. Should be. Yeah, great sign for Burnley. Great sign for Burnley. It's an obligation. There you go. There you go. You learn something new every day. You learn something new every day. Look, let's see how today progresses. Obviously, if we get any transfer news, I will go live. You know the rules. I have to go to a kid's birthday party whilst watching the game. I'm gonna be like this in the corner of the room, going, "What? Brentford have just scored a seventh." You know, so I will be there doing that. We will go live at some point this afternoon for the review of the Brentford game. Not sure when it will be, but we will go live. So make sure you have the bell notifications on for that as well. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. Go and enjoy the rest of your mornings, afternoons, evenings, wherever you're in the world. Go and enjoy it. And I'll speak to you all a little bit soon. Talk a little bit more about Spurs. Take care, everyone. Peace.